With the 2024 elections out of the way and the biggest political comeback of all time and resounding mandate by the American people, I think it's the perfect time to bring out part 1 of my top 10 best political movies of all time lists. Hopefully this is something we can all unite behind. First of all, be sure to like and subscribe so we can keep making these. It really helps our channel out. Okay, there aren't a ton of these that I really love, so I wanted to include films that either had a political vibe, were resolved by an election, or included important political and historical moments. First off, at number 10 is the 2004 comedy that came out of nowhere. With a shoestring budget of $400,000, it grossed an astonishing $46.1 million, became a cultural phenomenon, put Preston, Idaho on the map, and made Tots great again. Yeah, you heard that right, Tots. The movie, of course, is Napoleon Dynamite. Created by Jared and Jerusha Hess, it follows the life of the titular character played by Jon Heder. The young hero befriends the immigrant outcast Pedro, played by Efrain Ramirez, who just wants to be a normal teenager, date the school's most popular girl, and find acceptance. The pair get into romantic hijinks, which culminates in rejection, that pits Pedro and his love interest Summer, played by Haley Duff, in an election between the It Crowd and Napoleon's group of misfits. Who'll win? Watch and find out. Number 9 on our list is a 1988 film that I've previously analyzed. It's the sci-fi cult classic about the man Nada, played by Roddy Piper. This reluctant hero discovers a plot by an alien race to use the media and subliminal messages to subvert mankind in order to acquire our world's resources for themselves. It installs politicians at the highest levels of government and recruits willing accomplices to that end. The film is a brilliant allegory about our need to question everything and wake up to the strings that pull the systems of control. My number 8 is the 1997 film about the deceptions that go on in the White House, when the president is caught making advances on an underage girl inside the Oval Office, less than 2 weeks before the election. Conrad Breen, played by Robert De Niro, a top spin doctor, is brought in by the presidential aide Winfried Ames, played by Anne Heche, to construct a fictional war about Albania, in order to divert the media's attention from a possible investigation into the statesman's egregious actions. Breen contacts Hollywood producer Stanley Motz, played by Dustin Hoffman, to prefabricate a war, complete with a theme song and fake film footage of a photogenic orphan. The hoax is initially successful, with the president quickly gaining ground in the polls. Will the group succeed? Watch and find out. Number 7 on the list is a 2016 movie about true events surrounding the gathering of illegal information on American citizens by the protagonist Edward Snowden. After washing out of Army basic training due to a fractured tibia, he's informed that he could serve the country in other ways. Snowden applies for a position in the Central Intelligence Agency and is subsequently trained in cyber warfare, where he eventually discovers that the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which circumvents the Fourth Amendment rights of U.S. citizens, is allowing warrants required to be approved by a panel of judges that were appointed by the Chief Justice. It's a psychological thriller that pits Snowden against the NSA. Number 6 on the list is the 1991 allegory about the fall of the Soviet Union and decisions made that will either bring about peace or war. The Nicholas Myers masterpiece brings the crew of the Enterprise back together after the chief energy production planet Praxis explodes, crippling the Klingon Empire. The event on Praxis mirrors the meltdown in Chernobyl decades ago that broke the back of the Soviet Union, leading to its dissolution. Captain Kirk, played by William Shatner, is ordered to rendezvous with the Klingon Chancellor Gorkon, which Nicholas Myers says is a combination between Gorbachev and Lincoln, to escort them to a neutral site where they can discuss an end to the generations of feuding. This leads to the assassination of Gorkon, played by the late David Warner of Tron, Time After Time, and Titanic. Kirk is captured and tried before the Klingon court for Gorkon's death. Spock and his crew must find the assassin to prevent the death of Kirk and prevent war in the galaxy. Well, this is part 1 out of 2 of my series of the top 10 best political films of all time. So like and subscribe and wait for next time, which should be coming soon. And as always, keep watching movies.